Hi Capricorn, this is your November horoscope 2013 with me, Lada from Lada. And I would always advise you to check your ascendant sign prediction as well as the moon and sun prediction, because if you want a real astrologically correct prediction, you need to see at least the ascendant sign. And if you don't know what your ascendant sun or moon sign is, you can find it at my birth chart calculator, for which I'm putting a link here at astrolada.com, and below the table you'll see a chart and everything there is pretty clearly stated. It's very easy to understand. So what happens if you're Capricorn, ascendant sun or moon? Well, the trend from October continues for you, Capricorn, and I'll repeat a lot of the things I said about the October prediction, but this is the areas that continue to be triggered in your life. And they're very much socially oriented, they're very much other oriented, you're very much connecting with others, interacting with others, it's actually, you might feel pulled in different directions quite a lot because of all those interactions. And these is also called desire houses because they're connected to other people, and that's why it's very important to stay a little bit centered, because you might, as I said, you might feel very much by different projects, different people, but people who like to be busy, they would enjoy that time. People who like communications, people who are not so keen on their alone time, will actually thrive in that area. But it's definitely not time for introspection, for self-closing yourself, and getting very sad or very deep or analytical. Or it's time to make connections, to communicate with others. And what is happening though? The 11th house is very powerfully triggered for you this month, and the 11th house rules like-minded people. It rules your friends, and there is an eclipse there, and an eclipse can always bring some kind of a crisis situation first before it gives you something new. So there might be a crisis into the life of some friends of yours, or into the life of the social environment that you are associated with, and something. An eclipse always creates some focus, very intense focus in that area of your life. So something important might be happening with those people or those areas of your life, which is like your social circle, your friendships, and also people who can be also your, not the guardians exactly, but people who trust in you, who want to move forward your goals, people who want to help you in life. Usually these are our friends, or these are our benefactors. So something, a crisis situation or some kind of a total change in direction with those people of your life can happen. Or if you go somewhere on a social do, or if you're invited somewhere on some cultural do where you mix together with like-minded people, be careful, because sudden reversals can happen in those situations. I cannot tell you whether for good or for bad. In some cases there might be some bust up, some social bust up. Your social image and popularity can suffer somehow. Something unexpected happens during such a meeting, or in some cases you might meet someone, because eclipses are about fated occurrences, about fated things that actually don't have much of a say in. They've already predestined. If you're predestined to meet someone important, friend, who's going to be there for your life, or benefactor, it might happen often. It might happen when an eclipse basically triggers your 11th house, like it's doing now. So maybe for you this can be active in October, in November, in December, a month before the eclipse, a month after. But such social situations and such people like friends and benefactors can be life-changing factors, can be life-changing for you right now, and for good or for bad, And also 11th house rules your long-term goals and dreams, and with this eclipse that is happening there might be a total reversal of those dreams and goals. Something can really click in your head that you no longer want to, that for instance certain goals you've been after are no longer relevant in your life. Certain social circles you'll be associated are no longer relevant, so there can be a breakup through those. But actually the eclipse can divulge a brand new source of social validation. Like you can become a member of a new club, member of a new organization, member of a, join I don't know, something some social or any kind of a environmental organization, or some new group or circle of friends or people or acquaintances who open new vistas in front of you, who open new opportunities, and who even help you change your goals for life overall. So it is interesting month in regards of the dynamics that can happen between you and other people, and these other people can be big catalysts in your life, especially not lovers, but people who are people from your social circle. And if you're invited to such social dues, you have to go there with more consciousness and presence. Don't get drunk, don't go too wild and crazy, but be aware of new opportunities, because this eclipse can bring those new opportunities. But if you're not very aware, you can make an ass of yourself because of this irrational, a bit crazy energy of an eclipse that triggers the 11th house of social dues. And also 11th house is your gains and earnings in life, your earning potential. So the eclipse can create some situation where there is a reversal, or that there is like a new potential for new gains in your life, that you meet someone who can later help you have better gains, or who can redirect your life in some way to be financially more gainful. Or if, depending on your personal horoscope, I cannot say, this eclipse can, nip in the butt certain, not in the butt, but can stop and can reverse and can bring some disruptions in certain some of your gains that you expect, that you might be surprised that maybe you expected something which doesn't come through in regards to gains, things that you've worked for. It's not something that you expect to receive from someone you haven't put effort for, but is the gains, the result of the hard work you've been working on, what you're expecting to get back. There might be some surprises there, positive or negative. I hope it's positive, And Saturn, let's see, Jupiter is, just a second, the eclipse is happening in your 11th house, and Jupiter is in your 7th house. So what is happening here? Jupiter is the planet which helps you. Jupiter is God's grace from above, and in the 7th house is particularly intense in October, November, and December as well. It's relationships, one-to-one personal relationships. So a lot of Capricorns can feel quite falling in love, their relationship can start going quite well, they can be smitten as well. Some of them can meet the love of their life, because Jupiter is straight in their 7th house. It passes there once in 12 years, so it's a rare once in 12 years chance, like a rare appearance to attract a partner who is quite beneficial for you, who makes you feel good, who inspires you, who brings more light and clarity into your life, especially if your ascendant is in Capricorn, and if your moon is in Capricorn, less so if your sun is in Capricorn. But good things are coming to you from others, and associations from others as well. And it's also 7th house is business partnerships. So some of you Capricorns can create very good and powerful and strong business partnerships. Or it's, if you have your own business, it's your clientele, the people you interact with, the people that you give something to receive something back, just like a marriage is a business partnership almost, and that's why Jupiter in the 7th house influences well your marriage and relationships, but it influences well also your business partnership relationships. So for business as well, it's great for Capricorns, and for personal relationships, it's great. For some of them, only for one or the other. And some of you might be meeting actually the love of your life, or falling in love, or getting married even with this powerful Jupiter trigger. And particularly those of you who have their ascendant in 18, 19, 20, 21 degrees in Capricorn. Jupiter will be there, will be very strong. It can happen in October, in November, or December. So if your ascendant is around those degrees, I can tell you very much that you'll be falling in love either, or if you're already married or in a relationship, you'll be feeling quite positive, quite happy about the relationship. Your spouse will be a source of growth and opportunity somehow into your life, and business partnership are very likely to proliferate and to get good. Also, you can travel abroad. When Jupiter travels the seventh house, it allows you somehow to have interactions with faraway places as well. Anyway, let's see what else. And Venus is in the sign of Capricorn, and Venus passes there very quickly for about 20 days. But it's great because it makes Capricorns look more charismatic. If your ascendant is in Capricorn, the ascendant is the physical body and the appearance. So women start looking more magnetic, men more charismatic. If it's your sun, you just generally start become more glowing, and you can charm others in your career. You can charm others with your dignity, with your behavior. If it's your moon, you just become sweeter and nice and more charming. So others would feel more attracted to you. It's another love influence, and Venus will stay in your sign Capricorn for 2-3 months. So very powerfully relationship oriented period for the next 2-3 months. Like a lot of Capricorns can fall in love. First of all, Jupiter is in the seventh house of relationships, and Jupiter is the planet, the great benefic. So it blesses your relationships there. And Venus, the planet of love, goes into the sign of Capricorn. So it brings love to you. So double whammy influence here. And Venus is the small benefic. So you'll be looking better. A lot of you start feeling maybe towards the end of November, December, they'll start feeling like they look better. They'll feel more charismatic. You would attract others just through your aura, just through being you. You don't have to try hard. You don't have to push to get others' attention. You just be charming, and others will, and you can attract a lot of Venusian people and activities into your life, which are pleasure, which is having fun, which is relaxing, making love, sensuality, dating, eating good food. Venus is the planet of all sensual pleasures and enjoyments and having fun and amusements. So while Venus is there in your first house for 2-3 months, great news for you Capricorn, for quite a while. Venus never stays that long in signs. It becomes retrograde, which means that you'll be having the blessings of Venus for a while and looking better as well, having more magnetism. So this is for you Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next month.